Hey everyone. I mentioned in the Facebook group that I would do a video of the different SEO tools that I have. And there are probably some others that I don't have, but I tend to be a collector of tools. So here we are. I'm going to walk through each one and then you can decide what you want to do. You do not need all of these tools. They all kind of do something different, but yet they all really do kind of the same thing. They're all pulling the data directly from TPT. You're not going to see different data necessarily. Keywords are keywords. And if they're being typed into TPT, these tools are going to show you that. So just keep in mind, you do not need them all. We're going to start right on TPT because TPT has a search bar. This is free to use. All you have to do is put your cursor in there, you click on it, and it shows you, it should show you the top 5 things that are currently being searched. However, search right now is being weird. So something's going on. They must be messing with something. This is not your typical top 5 words for this time of year. We should be seeing Easter and probably spring related things, but we shouldn't be seeing Christmas and first day of school. So usually when things are working correctly, you'll see the top 5 things being currently searched for. You want to choose words that relate to your product. So if I have a product, let's say on reading, you can see that it starts populating as you're typing. So here's reading comprehensions. Maybe it's reading comprehensions, passages, and questions. Do not pick keywords that do not relate to your product. So I've been working on updating my products and looking at keywords, and I'm ranking for things that don't apply to my product. It wasn't that I meant for that to happen. It just sometimes does happen. But don't intentionally choose something for your product that isn't true. So just because maybe I can rank higher for reading comprehension, passages, and questions, but my product is more on vocabulary, I'm not going to choose this. You can see that things start populating. You can also see like here reading comprehension and then what else will populate. So you can really go down the rabbit hole here, right here on TPT. It will come to an end. Again, I don't know how well it's working, but so like here, reading comprehension 6th grade, nothing else is showing up. But we can see also what the competition of the keyword phrase is. So 360,000 results. So that's going to be hard to rank. Who knows? So then you can also look through here and you can see how many reviews, see if your product could fit. There's 24, there's even 3. So you might be able to rank for this. It just kind of depends. There are hundreds of factors that go into the search algorithm. So this is showing you how to use the tool. That's it. That is TPT. Now, while we're on TPT, you see this little thing that says Analyze SEO. This is SEO Mantis. And let me pop over to SEO Mantis website here. They have some different pricing. So you'd have to look at that. But I do know that they have this bundle of $9.99 per month. That includes everything, these 2 things together. And honestly, this has changed a lot since the last time I walked you through this. It started out as a Chrome extension for TPT. So if I go to my store, and if I click that Analyze SEO, I'm getting all of this information here. And there's information about each product. And I can go through and I can look and see what product on my first page maybe I need to take a look at. I'm looking for the lowest number. Got 100 on that one and that one. So some of mine are pretty good. Others could use some help. I guess really this one is my lowest one. I can drill down on that and it will open the actual product. And I can take a look and see what is going on. This says no standards found. I'm not sure because I do have my standards tag. Maybe it's just talking about in my description. Have to look at that. I only have 5 tags. And each tool kind of defines things in different ways. So you can check out their website. I can do some keyword research right here and check rankings. My ranking for multiplying fractions. I'm on page 3. So that's okay, but I'd really rather be on page 1. So that's something I want to work on. I'm sure I'm ranking on page 1 for some other keywords, but I definitely want to check into that. How am I going to get to page 1? And so I want to work on that. Now, my title is only a 69, so I want to dig into that. I do have an ampersand, which knocks my score a bit, and also with, except sometimes you need the word with or by. Sometimes you need the ampersand because you can't fit in the whole word and. So sometimes I let those things go. There's an AI title optimizer. I have the bundle, so I have access to all of this. It says it's not picking up my standards, so maybe, I don't know. I'll have to look into that, why it's not doing that. So this just gives you some ideas. Popularity would be how many people are looking for it. Is this a popular term or not? And then competition. So of course you want green in popularity. You also want green in competition because red just means more products that you're competing against. So if you can find green or orange keywords, that's even better. But like this is saying multiplication games, and my product is not multiplication, it's multiplying fractions. So I could click on that and see what's going on, and maybe game because it is a game, and see. I'd run through that. That's kind of how that works. You can also go and analyze conversion analysis. So it will drop you into your product statistics and give you some information about the products. And as I said, when you're over here, if you have the bundle or if you just buy the Keyword Explorer or pay for that, you can do keyword research here. Just type in, and this gives you 4 different platforms that it is getting keyword research from. If you don't care what Etsy has to say, you can click that off, or click them all and click them off, and it'll just search that particular platform. So if you just want to focus on TPT, you can. These are just some trending things. And this has been added since I've joined Rank Checker. You can put in your URL, and then you could do up to 3 keyword researches and check. You can also do a store audit. So there's some things here on the site that you can do. And this is the Chrome extension. The information here about pricing, either the Keyword Explorer, $5.99 a month, or the bundle for $9.99 a month. That is an option. I'll drop all links in the comments. Also, there are some other things on TPT. SEO. There's SEO Mantis. I even have a basic product to walk you through how to use SEO and how to do your titles and descriptions. I have this one. This is a keyword SEO search tool. It's an internet-based tool, and you type in your keywords and it gives you a lot of other keywords that are being, again, pulled from the TPT data. Pulls it out into a spreadsheet, gives you search volume. You can see here, there's tons of stuff on SEO. Anyways, you can do a search on TPT. I do have Mike from SEO Tpreneur. And he has some things here on TPT that you can take a look at and grab. I have his ultimate bundle, but I'm also part of his membership. Let's take a look at Mike from SEO Tpreneur. As mentioned, he does sell things on TPT that are a great place to start with some of your data and SEO. And he also has a YouTube channel. Take a look at those videos and see what he has to say. On his site, you can see that he has SEO tools free and paid. You can click onto that, see what's going on. You scroll through here. He's got lots of links. These are some of the things from TPT that you can get. You can see he's got a lot listed here, which is great. But if you're looking at his membership, he has 2 options for the membership. There's a pro community, which includes some tools and the community and more access and more ways to get help. If you click on that, it's going to tell you exactly what you're getting access to. Then there's the self-serve basic and pro tools, which I have the self-serve tools membership because honestly I didn't have time for another community. So plus I've been doing data and SEO for a long time, so I have experience with it. Didn't figure I needed a ton of help. There are options there. If you click on that pricing from that page, he's going to break it all down for you to decide what plan is right for you, and you can take a look at that. Have you made less than $10,000 on TPT? Then you want to click there and read through that information, because he just wants to make sure that if you're interested in his tools, that you're getting the right tools for where you're at in your journey. This is the information. You're going to upload your data and you're going to see a spreadsheet about this. And he has videos to help you through everything. And then we can take a look at this getting started. Again, like I said, he has videos to help you through this. But here is one of the sheets, and this is internet based. You would add in your data information, and then it's going to give you your products and what needs to happen. Do you need to fix your views? Do you need to fix your previews? Do you need to do something about your sales? Are they low on a particular product? He tells you what you need to fix, and you can click on one and see what's going on with that particular product. That's part of what is included. You also get this then on the SEO side. On the SEO side, you have this Google spreadsheet where you can do search keywords. You just type your keyword in. So I've typed in some keywords here, and it's given me some information. And then you can take like one of those. I'll just take this one and I can put it right here in the yellow cell, and it's going to maybe come up with some other things that I could do. It's going to tell me keyword difficulty and a unicorn score, and he explains all about his unicorn score. And you could just put this is just adding in your research, so you copy things over and put it in there. And then here you can see like how you rank on a page, if you rank it all for a certain keyword. So if I want to rank for multiplying fractions and game, I can see, do I rank for that? I rank on page 1. I have one on page 1, one on page 2, one on page 5, and one on page 8. He gives the top 10 pages. You can see that information. He also provides an AI prompt where you can take that to your favorite AI and get some help as far as your SEO goes. That is what I have access to, what his sheets kind of look like. They're pretty easy to use. Just type where he tells you to type, insert where he tells you to insert. I have access to the self-serve data tool, the pro keyword tool, the Chrome extension, follow the money, which product should I update, and then his bootcamp. That is Mike's tool. And again, he has the YouTube channel and he has some things that he sells on TPT. The next SEO tool I have is Seller Spy. This is just the sales page for Seller Spy. You can see the pricing. I have the premium version, so I do have access to a lot of different things here. You can do for free 5 keyword researches per day, so you can give that a try. With the pro version, you do not have access to the store audit, keyword trends, or title brainstorm. Let's head over. This is internet based. She does have videos on how to use things, and gives you where to start. You can see here we have keyword insights. So you just type in keyword. So if I want to do multiplying fractions, you can see the popularity trend. Here's the Google Trends. Here's the TPT popularity. You can see there are 45,000 listings with this phrase, average number of ratings, and the price. It is somewhat competitive. Gives you some keywords that are typically used in titles. Here's multiplying fraction. And then here are the TPT first page results, which we also saw those results with Mike, SEO Tpreneur, with his sheet. We can go back over there. So if I had typed in multiplying fractions, so popularity gives me some suggestions, and I've got a product ranking on page 3, which we saw with YDP. That's what it told us. That way you know if you can be moving up in rank or not. Here's my middle of page 3 product that I need to get moving on closer to page 1. That information is there. So you can see a lot of these tools will provide you with similar data. It's all coming right from TPT. Again, we can enter in a keyword suggestion on the generating keywords. Here are some other suggestions. Is it multiplying fractions by whole numbers? Is it multiplying and dividing fractions? Do I want to put a grade level with it? Here's the popularity. Here are the number of products. Again, we see that in the TPT search bar. When we type in a phrase, it tells us about how many products are showing up in search. Popularity, competition. Again, green for both is ultimate. Yay. But then you can also click on Get Insights, and you can add it to a list. We have Keyword Explorer, and if you need to know how to use the tool, you just click that and it will tell you how many products do you want to see. Popularity, so sometimes that's helpful, and you can sort by different things. If I say multiplying fractions, I'm going to find keywords. Here I have some different keywords. We saw this on YDP. We also saw this on SEO Mantis. You can see some different options on SEO Mantis. We also saw it on SEO Tpreneur. It's a matter of what tool seems like it's going to fit with how you work. It gives you all this information about different things. I'm going to look for things that actually apply to my product, not just anything. Just because something is popular and has low competition does not mean it fits my product. So if this was multiplying fractions with like denominators, okay, great. It's not a lot of competition. Now, there's 25 average popularity. It's okay, but it might be what I could rank for, as long as it fit my product. And so you can look through there. Keyword trends. It already pulled over multiplying fractions. It's just a way you can filter. You can show trends. Click on the trends. You can filter it out. And then title analyzer. I can put a title in here and I can analyze this. This again is on that premium level. It's not on all. I have 80 out of 80 characters. There's a resource in the title. So what type of resource is it? I have that it's activities. It's also worksheets. So that's there. There's a grade level in the title, and there is what they consider a subject. And it tells you the keywords that were found. I get all checks there. And then it's going to tell me these are highly competitive keywords. But here's a low competition. And if there's any super low competition keywords that I have in the title, it would be here. I don't have any super low competition. And then just different keywords found in the title and how popular they are, what's the competition, and here's the competition bucket. It also is loose, meaning it's separated, or exact, meaning it's all together. So I can look at that. Here are some things that are in my title, but most people aren't just typing the word and into the search bars. I'd want to take a look at this. I know that it's not ranking, and I want to see what I can do. This says it's a good title, but I have a lot of highly competitive keywords. So I need to be looking for some keywords that aren't, maybe some more moderate keywords, maybe some more low competition keywords. You can brainstorm titles. You just enter keywords, and then it will put them together into some options. You can check a product's ranking, and this does the first 5 pages, which that's what YDP does, and SEO Tpreneur does the top 10 pages. Image viewer. Okay, so it's going to give us some images. How is this useful? I would use this to see more what is getting ratings. How does my cover compare to these? These would be the first 24 products. And then there is the description. You can have it generate a product description based on all this information that you fill out. That is an option as well. All right, so that's Seller Spy. Again, everyone is pulling their data as far as keywords from TPT. Some will include Google. This one includes some Google Trends, SEO Mantis. They included Etsy, Google, and Pinterest. And some are strictly just based off of TPT. There are 2 sides to YDP. There is a data side to YDP. And so kind of like what Mike has, he also has the data side, which would be this thing right here, where you can find out how your product's doing and what you need to update. Let's head over to YDP and take a look at what YDP has. YDP has the data side, which is here, and they have the SEO tools. And since we're talking about the SEO tools, we're gonna head to the SEO tools. This is their sales page, but basically it's going to give you this keyword database, and there are a lot of different ways to sort, and you can do search, and it's going to tell you how difficult it is to rank on page 1. It's going to give you the market range, the popularity of that keyword, and how it's trending. You can see how you're doing as far as certain products in your store with the rank tracker. And then there's the optimizer, which will help you do your titles and fix them. And then here's the pricing that they have and what each tier includes. And that's super important because, let's see, I have the growth tier. Be aware it's pro and growth, where you can use the optimizer. Make sure you go through this chart because you can't use everything on the starter or the light. And there are like different amounts of things. Now, the keyword finder is not as significant, that it's only a few tracking of routes and such, because you now have access to all of these keywords. This uses a program called Tableau, which is a free program. You have this keyword galaxy. You can sort by month. You can sort by time of year, season. You can type in keywords. If I want to look up something specific, again, we're seeing things that are weird. But hey, here's end of the year. I can click on that. And I can see this is going to be maybe hard to rank for. This has a lot of competition. It is really popular, but I also want to look at that competition. And if my product doesn't have somewhere in that 687 reviews range, then that's probably not going to be my main keyword. It's not that I wouldn't use it, but I'm really going to rely on some other things to get a product to rank. But you can search. If I needed to search, we were doing reading comprehension earlier. I can type that in. And it's going to then give me a list of keywords for reading comprehension. And you can see this one is a big word, just like if I had typed in math, it's going to give me a lot of things. You're going to want to narrow that down, which you can do. You can click off this and then you can kind of go through and click on the things that you would be interested in, and it'll just give you that list to look at. Let's say I was looking at strategies for kindergarten. You can see it's going to give me a popularity trend for the year. You can still submit keywords. There's a keyword finder that you can look at. There's a rank tracker. Now, again, depending on which tier you're at, so I'm at the growth tier, I can see my products. And they categorize your products, whether they're leaders, they're doing really well, they're mostly on page 1, and this tells you. These are pretty good products. You probably got some page 1 things going, but you could probably make a few changes. Page 2, these are prospects. Page 3 to 5. There's no demand, but that could also mean like seasonal products. You have to look through it and see. And then I have products that aren't ranking. And so they're not ranking. And when they say ranking, they're talking those first 1 to 5 pages, but we really want to get to that 1 to 2 for some things. So I need to work on those products. We can do time frames. We can do our top 80/20, or if you have the data side, you get a quarterly strategy plan. So you could do those. Updated recently, new products. And then if you don't want to look at all your products, you can look at whichever ones you want. And then if they're in the optimizer, they have this little sparkle. But you can see how many keywords you're ranking for and in what pages, and then how popular your title is. Again, if it has a little eye, it's going to give you more information. How much your earnings were in the last 30 days, page views, reviews. And if I click on one, I can go down here. I can see the keywords that specifically what it's ranking for. And I can see popularity and all this stuff. I can see a graph as well, 30 days, or I can change that to whatever I want. So I like to look at 365 a lot of times. Because I do have the access to the optimizer, I can go over here and click into my optimizer. Not everyone has access to the optimizer. Read the chart that is on their sales page so you know what you're getting access to. These are the ones in the optimizer that I am working on their titles. If I click on one, it's going to give me this colored bar here, and it all means something. It breaks it all down, gives you some suggestions for some keywords to use to rewrite your title, which is very helpful. And then you can track that with the success tracking. You can see what's going on with your titles and if they're working or not. But you can see your keyword detail. You can see from your previous title to your new title and all that information, how things are going. So you can make changes or let it ride. YDP, their tools are more advanced. For the data side, you need a lot of your products at 300 views plus to be able to use the data side, to be honest, because you're putting out a lot of money for that. But it's great. I've had the YDP data tools since they started. It's very useful. But I have a lot of products I've been selling for a long time, so it's been very useful for my products. For the SEO tools, you just need products. The length of time that you've been selling really doesn't matter. It's a matter more of if you have products and you can afford the tool. So those are the tools that I have. Do I have a preference over them? They're all great. Just kind of depends on you and what you're looking for and what your budget is. I will say some people find YDP very confusing and overwhelming. There is a learning curve to it. So if you're not used to data and SEO, you might try some other tools first. Sometimes we have to find the one that is comfortable. Mike, with his pro community, if you do that instead of the self-serve, you have more access, more help, and SEO. YDP has a coach for the data side, Angie Kratzer, and they have a coach for the SEO side. Their coach for the SEO side is Tanya Marshall. So both are very experienced sellers and know exactly what they're doing. They also have office hours with the YDP team. There is help available there. And SEO Mantis is a do-it-yourself, and using the TPT search bar is definitely a do-it-yourself also. All right, so those are the tools that I have. I know there's a few more out there that I don't have, but that's what I do have, and I'm very happy with all of them. Let me know if you have any questions about the tools. I'll drop links below. Some of them are affiliates, and I will mark those. And I'm happy to answer questions on these tools and my experience with them. Everyone is different. You have to find the right tool for you. I think that's super important. Okay. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.